Instagram, on YouTube. And I want to say good morning. Good morning, Aisha. You are in for the 8 a.m. cup of motivation. Welcome to the Fit, Healthy, Blessed Club. If you don't know what this is an amazing room where you're going to get so much freaking motivation. It's on Clubhouse. So if you're not on Clubhouse, jump into Clubhouse right now. We are here every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. I'm feeling supercharged today. We are on Instagram too. So if you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram and follow the 8 a.m. cup of motivation. And today we're going to have so much stuff going on. But before we get into that, I need everyone to get into the hallways and share. If you're on Clubhouse, share it in the hallways. If you're on Instagram, share it on Instagram. If you're on my YouTube channel, share it on YouTube channel. You know why? Because this is going to change your life today. Today, we're going to start by having our moderators share how their cleanse went. So last week, some of the moderators did a 7-day cleanse. I'm so super excited. You probably know somewhere like a little crop top. I purposely went live today because I was so proud of these abs right here. Do you see this? The ish works, guys. So first, we're going to talk about our 7-day cleanse, how that went. But like I mentioned, follow the club. When you're in Clubhouse, there's a little club, a little green Monopoly-looking thing at the top. Follow that right there, and that way you can see all the wonderful rooms that we're in. And this particular room right here started a little at the end of the year last year, and people, the moderators are just amazing. So make sure you follow the moderators, follow the person next to you, let people know what's going on. Because when you come here, our goal, our mission is to give you that motivation, to have a better life, to be motivated, to go for your dreams and your goals that you wanted. And sometimes in life we need that, right? We need that extra push. But sometimes we need a little deeper because when we're gone, you know, your motivation goes. So we're here also to inspire you, to dig deep and find your why, to find your inspiration, your purpose, so you can just go even deeper. You know what else we do, guys? Check it out, check it out. We give you the education, the tools, the skills, the strategies, everything you need to make those dreams and dreams and goals and everything come through. Whether it come true, whether it's fitness, nutrition, finances, fun, family, all that wonderful great stuff. So we are going to get started right away. And did I miss anything? Oh, there's something I wanted to share before we got started. I don't know if you guys have your morning rituals. So I've been reading this book for a while now. It's okay. It's okay. By the way, I had to share with you, I failed. I started 75 hard last Monday. I probably lasted a whole whopping 2 days. The exercise is simple. You have to exercise 30 minutes outside, 30 minutes inside. Then you have to read 10 pages a day of a motivational book. And I only did it for 2 days and then, so I failed. But I wanted to share something in this book. If you're following me on Instagram, you probably saw some amazing posts yesterday. Because as I was reading the book, I was like, holy crappers. Okay, not crappers, holy shit. This stuff is really good. So I wanted to share with you guys today. The first, share and get your little scissors ready because this is something that you want to clip. Small, daily, seemingly insignificant improvements, when done consistently over time, yield staggering results. The second quote that I want to share with you. Legendary performers practice being spectacular for so long that they no longer remember how to behave in a non-spectacular way. And then the last thing I want to share with you, all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. All of those things have so much to do with our challenge and our results and everything. Well, I wanted to start the room off with that right there. Oh, I see we got some, oh, okay, hold on. I see Narita there. So like I said, we're gonna start with the challenge. But before we get into our challenge, really, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna let you guys talk about it when you talk about your weekend when it comes to you, so that we're not wasting any time because we got a lot of juicy stuff today. So I'm gonna begin. I brought Narita up because she did my 7-day cleanse. A few people did, but I brought her up. Some people are on the West Coast, East Coast, California, so they're probably sleeping right now who did it. But I wanted to share my results. I did a 7-day juice cleanse and ab challenge, which meant for 7 days, I personally only had juices. I had no food at all. I must admit, day 4, I was eating cashews. Now, cashews is one of the ingredients of one of the juices. So I said, you know what? If I can juice it, I can eat it, right? So I ate the cashews. I also did an ab challenge. So every morning, I did ab work. And I lost an inch! Dwayne! It worked, Dwayne. At first, I was like, is this really gonna work? But I lost 1 inch in my stomach, in my core, from belly button to belly button. Anyway, So each one's gonna have 5 minutes to share with us how their cleanse went. I brought Narita up because she did it. Narita, unmic yourself, girlfriend. So my cleanse was 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days. I did the 7 day. Narita, how many days did you do?
I did the juice for 3 totally, but I tried to eat into, like for the 5 days I was trying to do it, but I pretty much prepped myself first. The first 2 days I started juicing in the mornings, and then I would eat something for lunch and would juice in the evening. And then for 3 days total, I just had juice and water, nothing else. Then after the 3 days on the 4th day, I juiced for breakfast and lunch. I have to pause for a minute, y'all. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. I'm hearing I'm a little choppy on Clubhouse. I don't know if it's because I'm on my old phone or what, but hoping it gets better. I see my mods here. Something that I learned from doing this cleanse is I am in control of everything. I was super, super nervous about doing it. I was like, I don't know if I can handle it. It definitely made me appreciate food. Whenever you can continue speaking, Narita, just unmic. Because the one thing that I want to share with you guys, a lot of people are like, why did you do this? I did not do this to lose weight. I did this to reset my mind and body. Go ahead, Narita, you're up.
Okay, so the 4th day, I did the juice for breakfast and lunch. And for dinner, I sauteed me some spinach, baby portobellos, and zucchini and avocado oil. And then on the 5th day, I juiced for the morning and then had a salad.
Wonderful. Now share with us, I don't really want to talk about the food too much. I want you to talk about how it made you feel physically and mentally. What did you get out of that?
Well, the 2nd day, I was a little aggravated because I was hungry. But after that, I really felt good. And I lost 6 pounds.
Woo, woo!
Actually, I got on the scale today because I wanted to see, and I lost 7 pounds actually. And I feel great, and it made me want to continue. So I said I would continue to like juice in the morning, maybe eat something healthy for lunch, and probably juice in the evenings. And it also made me a little nervous to start back eating meat again because I hadn't eaten meat in 5 days. So, but I feel great.
Yay! Thank you so much for sharing your results, Narita. And as Dwayne and all the lovely keto people would say, it's okay with eating meat. Let me tell you, I don't eat meat. But last night I had a lot of tuna and a lot of salmon, and I felt really good. So thank you for your results. I lost 11 pounds, super charged about that. Let's see. We'll go to Dwayne, Maisha, and then Dr. J to share your results if you'd like. What you say, Triple J? What did he say?
I said, oh, really?
Yes. Oh, really? Oh, really? So those results, my 7-day juice and ab cleanse, Maisha, or actually Maisha, go next because I think Dwayne said he had to pause. Can you share, Maisha, your results?
So yeah, I still got 3 more days. It's a 10-day cleanse.
Right. Okay, I forgot. Can you share your 7 days so far?
So far, it's been great. I love it. I feel just more in tune with my body. I feel healthier. Yes, there's weight loss, but it does come back when you do a cleanse. So I'm not like, when you do a cleanse, you lose 10 to 15 pounds. Half of that is going to come back off. So for everybody to know. But so far, I just like my energy feels better. My mentality feels better. I feel a lot clearer. I feel a lot focused. And those were the real reasons for me doing it. My knees feel better. So I'm really excited about it. I'm just happy to finish it out. I'll be done Wednesday. I'll be back into food on like all the foods will, slowly on Thursday. So it's been great. And the folks in my group have really enjoyed it. I'm just really happy that we did this. Thanks.
Thank you. So, Dwayne, can you speak? If so, on mic. If not, Dr. Jamesia, how did your 7 days go? If you can speak.
Hi, good morning. I did the lemonade cleanse for 5 days, and then I flipped over into intermittent. And so I was traveling one day to Miami, and then I was in Miami. And so, honestly, guys, I However, I was still able to kind of, rein in or whatever. So because I couldn't travel with the lemonade and I couldn't get the lemonade on that 5th day, I just went on and drank water like for the morning, but like I was doing little stuff like granola bars and stuff. I don't eat that, but they had it all out at the conference. So anyway, I ended up losing 8 pounds, and then I gained a pound back through that, which was fine. I'm now into the intermittent fasting portion of it. With the group, I'm doing the 16 and 8, just to see how that goes. I'm not really in love with that, but I'm gonna do it for the good of the group. Normally a 1 meal a day. I feel great. I feel amazing. I believe a lot of that is from the 10X conference, but yeah, I feel amazing on it. As far as the lemonade cleanse, I don't know if I'm gonna try that one again. I don't know. I do like the results. It's just for me, I felt a little bit less. My mental clarity wasn't the way that I like it to be because I do a lot and I have to process a lot. And so I felt like I wasn't great on that. So that's my show.
Thank you. You're up, Dwayne. I'm not sure if you can speak yet.
No, I just got out of the house. I'm in my truck, and I'm on my way to the gym. Good morning, everybody. I will be less than 5 minutes, but I gotta tell you that 7 days without food, I've done it in the past, but there's never been a lot of reporting. And what I did, and I wouldn't have brought anybody along to do the challenge with me because I intentionally pushed myself farther than I would ever recommend to anybody. And my challenge, even though I'm still not going to reveal till probably Wednesday, after I've reviewed all of my results with my sponsor, I will tell you that during this experience, I found some very interesting things when pushing the body, and I think it's revelatory even to me, knowing the details and the biology of what I have in the past. So for 7 days, for those of you that may or may not know, I did a complete water fast. And typically in my water fast, I don't do a Buddha Gandhi, sit at home, don't do jack shit for 7 days. That's not the type of fast. I'm not a meditator. I need to keep moving. There's a reason I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning is because I got to find time in the day to be able to just live this passionate life that I live. And in doing so, the understanding of how the body works and understanding that the two minds, there's the one above my neck and then there's the one, in my stomach. We have to be able to make the two of them work together, make them work together properly. So in this 7-day fast, the very first thing that you have to realize is that part of a water fast is to allow the body to do its entire repair process, allow it to do the things that it's supposed to do, heal your digestive system, get rid of inflammation, allow a very deep level of autophagy, which basically starts to peter off at about 72 hours. And in that process, for me, I would normally have added water, salt, your standard and typical electrolytes that I would have in my morning ritual any time that I would normally have it. And of course, throughout the day, if I needed a little bit of extra boost because of the fact that during a fast, you're going to lose water. I very quickly realized that as I'm still working out and I'm still adding my coffee in, one of the things that I decided to do in this particular challenge was I added an exogenous form of ketones. So a powdered version of a very specific sponsored bioavailable ketone that was provided to me by a company because I was purposefully stressing them to see how much farther I could take my body and see if the ketones were going to do anything for me. And in doing so, I was essentially going to try to disprove what the ketones did and if it was going to be anything that was going to make me feel any better. So as I quickly sum this up, the first 2 days before I was actually doing anything with these ketones, I was adding them into my body because they'd never I have never touched them before. And they just felt very inert to me. There wasn't a lot that was going on, but there seemed to be a little bit of extra energy in my brain that seemed to function very well for me. The first day that I did my cleanse, I actually found fasting with the ketones harder than I would normally have fasted for 24 hours. And I typically fast between 18 and 23 hours every single day. I don't really pay attention to it. I'm more about, much like my book and my program, about my morning and my night. But here's what was interesting. Other than some of the details about the digestion and the elimination and so on and so forth, by about day 3, the last time I did a water fast, it was impossible for me to work out. I went to go work. I felt very, very drained. I didn't have the effort, and I have to listen to my body. And I tell that to everybody whenever they're doing a fast. You have to listen to your body. And in doing so, last time I did my long water fast, I didn't work out day 4, 5, 6, or 7. But day 3, even I shouldn't have. But I tried to work out on day 3. Here on day 3, I worked out, and I was quite surprised that I was still very vibrant and I was still very much able to push through it. I weighed myself on the Tuesday, and I have some theories that I'll share with everybody on Wednesday. But on Tuesday, I had lost what it seemed to be scale weight of about 12 pounds. There was an excessive amount of water that was being pulled from me. I was urinating a lot. It had a lot to do with the ketones, et cetera, et cetera. Wednesday came around, would have been my 3rd day of my workout. Thursday was my 4th day that I was working out, which was my first surprise. But from a cognitive respect, I was very issue hours that I thought was a bit of a surprise to me. But when I was on my 4th, this is where the new level of what's my body going to be able to. At that point, I was able to work out. I was able to be very strong by doing it. Well, the interesting thing was that even by that day, I still was only 12.
So guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, I changed phones.
That my strength was high, my endurance was low in the sense that I could lift an extreme amount of weight. In fact, to the point where I had to back off because I felt stronger at that point, and I knew that there was a potential that I might end up hurting myself. So I had to back off for the amount that I could lift. But I also felt that I could be very. I get a little bit tired faster. So instead of me lifting deadlifts, 6 or 7 times, I kind of backed off at about 4, maybe 5. I didn't want to push myself, but I was very strong, which really surprised me. But on Friday, I gained a pound. And by Saturday and Sunday, I ended up gaining back 3 pounds with putting no food in me. Not only that, but I actually felt stronger by day 5, 6, and even 7. So when I worked out yesterday, I felt almost numb to the fact that there was no ability for me to have to either slow down or back off on my strength. And here's what I found in this scenario. And I go into a lot of detail with it. My fast proved a couple of things. And I think from an ancestral perspective and how our bodies work, our body doesn't know that it's 2022. It doesn't know that I have a 7-Eleven around the corner. It doesn't know that there's a Safeway. It doesn't know there's a grocery store. It doesn't know that there's food accessible to me. What it knows is that somewhere in a 5-mile radius, I need to be able to access my food. And what it thought I was doing was in the mornings when I was working out and I was pushing myself on the level that I was pushing myself, it thought that I was hunting. It needed to create a pathway for me to become stronger. It needed to make sure that I could maintain muscle. It made sure that I could maintain energy levels. It made sure that I could still have cognitive response, and it made sure that I could still problem solve. And in doing that, my body had an assistance from exogenous forms of ketones in that very deep state. And because I pushed myself as hard as I did, and because, now, quite frankly, I'm one person. And truthfully, I am very metabolically adapted. I'm metabolically adapted. I'm very efficient on very many levels, so I can pull from both sources of energy, whether it's glucose or it's fats. I can source my own energy. But at the end of it all, even by the laws of thermodynamics, I should have lost an aggregate amount of about 4 or 5 pounds of body fat. I should have eliminated at least 5 to 8 pounds of anything that was in my system. Should have immediately have gone. And in addition to the water that I would have, should have equated to probably about a gross amount of about 15 to 20 pounds. Me actually gaining weight surprised me. I have some theories about it. But not only that, as I land this plane, I felt really strong. I felt very intelligent. I felt like I was on top of the world. I was able to just go throughout my day. By day 5, 6, 7, those last 3 days, my body actually didn't require the thought of food. Hunger no longer meant anything to me. Not because of a sense of an eating disorder, but my body focused on other matters. It focused on making me feel like I was attentive. It made me feel like I was supposed to be moving forward. It just made me focus solely on everything about wellness. But I never felt like, oh, I'm ravenous. I don't feel like I need to, gnaw the flesh off my own arm. I got past that. My body adapted in a favorable way, but somehow in that process, which was the most baffling to me, somehow in that process, I ended up gaining a little bit more weight, even though there was no more food in me, which is a bit baffling to me, but I have a theory and I'll share that on Wednesday. But anyway, I gotta tell you, it was a very enlightening experience, very spiritual experience for me. It was very validating from a lot of the things that I teach and all the things that I think of on a daily basis of how that adaptation process did for me and all the things it did for me. I'm going to reveal a lot of it on Wednesday in more detail and more sciencey, but it's an experience that I hope to have again in the future. But I tell you, an eye-opener for me, so that's my 2 cents.
Yay, Wayne. Thank you. Over time, piggyback off of what you said a little bit. So if you guys didn't know, I'm building my YouTube channel. I'm actually live on YouTube right now. So if you click that link at the top, you will see me live on Instagram, on Clubhouse. I got off Instagram, that was just too much technology for me. But I'm on YouTube. And Wayne, I totally agree with you. I wish Lenny was in the room because he was so true. He had said a while ago, when you get hungry, it doesn't last. That like, I'm so hungry feeling. It's definitely, at least for me, it was in waves. And I would sometimes lose energy. Of course, I was working out as well because I teach fitness classes, and I even took some classes because I'm doing a transformation challenge, so I had to take some classes. And it was times where I would just be quiet. And people were like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I just needed to be still and be quiet. So again, like Maisha and Dr. J and Dwayne said, I'm super excited that I did this mentally. It gave me that reset that I needed. That's why I wanted to do it, because I wasn't in a funk. I was just partying too much. If you read my post, I was saying in October 17th, I went to Paris to do a marathon. And then the day after the marathon, I was like, croissant, creme brulee, wine, you name it. And then I had surgery and I couldn't exercise for 2 months. So I legit gained like 20 pounds. And I was like, what? So I'm glad this gave me the reboot. I'm not gaining it back. I can guarantee you that. I will lose about 2 pounds this week because I'm just gonna push. Which brings me to today's topic. As you guys know, it is Black History Month. I love Black History Month, even though it's Black History Month for me every month because I am Black, I'm not running away from it. And the topic that I want to talk about today, it's very near and dear to my heart. One, because I am a Black woman. One, because I'm Black. One, because I'm a woman. Third, because I love fitness. You guys all want to join me on YouTube? Come on out. Yeah, I'm a Black woman. I'm a Black. They do a song like that. Is there a song, I'm a Black woman? But anyway, yeah. So, what is it?
Yes, there is.
Oh, yes, we need one. I'm surprised I don't. I'll make one. Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to talk about today's topic is because I'm a fitness professional, and I actually started in like community gyms and the YMCA, which is like, if you say there's tiers. And then I moved up to what you can say the big box gyms, like a LA Fitness, like a New York Sports Club out here in North Carolina, O2 Fitness. And then you have those elite gyms or boutique gyms, which is like a Club Pilates, a cycle bar, an Orange Theory, where you're paying over $100 a month to become a member, which means it's a different type of experience that you're gonna get. And what I found is, I don't see that many Black women working out. And instead of entitling this room, why don't Black women work out, I turned it around because everything's gotta be positive, right? And for today, I wanna share my experiences. I had a live on Saturday, so if you want more depth, there's this girl, Ayana, she's amazing. She spoke on my live and she just like opened up my heart even more, because you have to be true to yourself and what you want and your beliefs and your standards. And people are going to make you doubt yourself sometimes, especially in the fitness industry. When I first started, you have to take these tests, whether it's NASM or ACE or whatever, and it's a lot of book stuff. They don't really, unless you go to a school that gives you like hands-on, like my daughter, she went to one and they actually had classes to teach you stuff. You really don't physically know what to do when you first start if you haven't worked out before. So when I started, I was very nervous, and the people around me really didn't help. But long story short, the way people, as an instructor, I'm gonna give you that information first. As an instructor, looking out into the crowd of wonderful people that work out, it's very disheartening to not see that many Black women, especially for me, since my grandmother died at a super young age with things that could have been resolved, from high blood pressure, cholesterol, all that good stuff. It could have been prevented if she had the knowledge of exercise, if she had the knowledge of nutrition. So as an instructor, my goal is to keep pushing through to help Black women, all women of course, but definitely Black women, to understand how important it is. And Aisha, she doesn't even know this, she said something in the live, because she's a fitness professional as well, or in the industry, and she's like, the business that I'm running, that's helping Black people more. So I found that some women don't do it one act. I'm not even gonna take her words, I'm gonna leave it for you, Maisha, because I was about to say what you said on Saturday, but I'll leave that for you as to why she thinks Black women don't work out. For me, I hear a lot, it's my hair, because you know, whether it's swimming, you can't get your hair wet, or you have to do this. And for me, I've always had Black girl hair issues. I used to wear weaves, but then the weave, if you don't know what it is, Google it, it would get stinky and sweaty, so then I would start wearing wigs. So then I had a wig, I had two separate wigs. One wig was for when I worked out, that was a workout wig, and then I changed it and then had the regular wig. And then some people wear bonnets or whatever. So that's one reason why I find that some Black women don't work out, because it's like, I don't have to deal with the hair. I think another thing is they don't see enough of themselves when they do go to the gyms. It's like, where are my people, you know? And I found that working. So as an instructor, my goal is to make that change. And by doing that, I have my online fitness boutique studio, and I have other instructors, because people don't want to see me all the time. You know, they have other things, like they may like Zumba, I don't like that, and they do something else. So I'm super excited to bring other instructors in to help with that right there. Tips, strategies, how to make this a fun thing. First of all, guys, you gotta do what you love. If you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna stick with it. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to add before I end on this little rant. As I was reading that beautiful book, 5 a.m., Cup of Motivation, it was saying how you can expand your mind and how you can expand everything about you is by getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And for me, that's not hard. That's a piece of cake. But it's saying to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. And it made me think, why did I do this 7-day cleanse? It's very freaking uncomfortable. Day 3, I was ready to just like quit. And I thought of my life and different things I've done, like, why did you do Spartan races, team? Have you ever heard of Spartan races? They're extremely challenging, guys. I love a challenge. I love anything that's gonna put me uncomfortable, that's gonna make me work even harder. The marathon I did, I've always wanted to do it, 26.2 miles. When you're in your car, just figure how far 26.2 miles is. That's far, that's very challenging. I did it, Paris was beautiful, I loved it. And it made me realize I can do anything, because I never thought I could do it. This 7-day cleanse, not eating for 7 days, what? And what this does, when you put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, it expands your mind, it expands your soul. It's like, wow, if I can do that, then I can do anything. So it's very, very important that you do things that are going to challenge you and push you through. I would like to start unmiking now. If anyone has any thoughts, Maisha, I'll let you go first and take your ideas of how we can expand to help Black women exercise more. But with that being said, it's just all comes down to mindset. You know, what are you reading? Also, who are you surrounding yourself with? I had someone say to me, well, Tina, you don't hang out with me anymore. Hello? What do we have in common? Okay? Like, first of all, if you don't exercise, if you're not growing your mind, if you're not growing your soul, what are we going to talk about? As Dwayne would say, purposeful, oh Lord, I'm messing up. Help me out, Dwayne. Purposeful social work. What did you say, Dwayne?
Socialize with purpose.
Thank you! Socialize with purpose, like this room right here. You guys have no idea how many back channels we get from people that come through saying, hey, you motivated me, you inspired me to do this. The people that are changing their bodies. All right, Maisha, can you share your thoughts on why Black women work out and some tips of how they can do it even better, do it even more? And if you guys want to come on up, have a question, also share this in the hallway. I see we have 7 shares. I can share now. I'm back to my old phone. I was on my other phone before, but now I'm on my new phone. So let's share this in the hallways. Make sure you're following your moderators, following everyone on here, and go ahead, Maisha, you're up, girlfriend.
I mean, there's so much to share in terms of why Black women do work out. Black women work out